21st century man from his perspective.
Welcome. This is the show, the 21st century man from his perspective. I don't tire to say that this is the best place to be for the next several minutes as we unpackage the 21st century man, talk about real issues that affect men. And you don't want to miss it. Today's topic, we are on a very serious topic. This is sizzling hot.
Are you that man? 21st century man from his perspective.
With me on the topic of the hour are men who understand the topic very well. 21st century men. I have my brother, Lakena Sango, with me on set, and Pastor Solomon Ogutu. I'm your favorite host, the chief himself. Before we get into this, we are going to take a short break, hear what the streets have to say on this topic. You know, everyone has a perspective on the topic of the hour today. Let's get to the streets.
Handling sexuality. Sexuality is about feelings, thoughts, and attractions that you have as a human being. How to handle sexuality matters to favor me and my spouse. It is indeed critical that sexuality is critically handled, and especially being the feeling that I have towards my spouse, it needs to be very much in order, that my wife consents and that I am attractive, I'm accommodative, and I'm well groomed in a way that she feels attracted to me. Her opinion matters because this is a two-way street. You cannot impose your principles or other requirements onto your spouse, but rather they need to be consent. You need to discuss issues barely as they are and have reached a consensus that harmony may exist in the relationship.
Wow. Allow me to ask, should a man seek the wife's opinion in matters sex?
Yes, because sex involves two people.
21st century man from his perspective.
From the streets to the best place where you hear real issues. And here we are. What did the wise men say? Proverbs chapter 7, reading from verse 7. And I beheld among the simple ones, I discerned among the youths, a young man void of understanding, passing through the streets near her corner, and he went to the way to her house. What am I talking about?
Oh man. Here you're talking about a man, a young man, who is supposed to be very active. He's supposed to be, if in the modern times, should be in school. And he has just seen somebody, he has no wisdom, and he's been lured by a certain woman somewhere, and he's headed towards that house. A very dangerous affair.
He has no wisdom.
He has no wisdom.
No, in fact it says, I beheld among the simple ones.
Yes.
One devoid of understanding.
Yes.
Among the simple ones. And you see, there are several things. I have a problem with the 21st century man.
Yes.
Allow me to express my problem.
Proceed.
Right now, you look at everywhere. Man is almost defined by his sexuality. Why is a man defined? And it seems like everyone, they say for you to be a real man, you have to be the bull. They say for you to be a real man, you have to be the dog. They're even giving us animals.
You have to be a lion.
You have to be a lion.
Yes.
Now I'm asking myself, where is this 21st century man? And how is the 21st century man carrying out himself?
You know, the 21st century man is being seen like somebody who should be on top of everything Everything.
Ah.
I'm telling you, in terms of the kind of car that he drives, he should be doing the range, you know, the
Yes.
S-Class Mercedes-Benz. And this is somebody that should be a warrior, should be out there, should be on top of just the way he manages even his fans, the way he manages his family, and the way he interacts with the outside world. He should be so digital that he knows everything that's happening all over the globe. That's the man that the society expects us to have. But is that the situation?
Ladies are complaining, and their spouses complaining about the 21st century man. He's not on top of his game. I'm picking your words.
Yes.
He's not on top of his game.
He should be on top, but he's not.
I don't know where he's heading, but he's saying he's not on top of his game.
If he's not on top, where is he?
He's somewhere messing up himself. This is a person that in the family context...
Leave alone messing up.
Yes.
If he's not on top, where is he?
He's down.
Down. At the bottom.
He's at the bottom of it.
So when you're at the bottom, which means the society will tell you that you don't know anything.
That is it. Good for nothing statement I got somewhere. the situation is Andrew. This is a person that in the family, if he's a man that is heading a family, is expected to be a provider. Yeah? If it comes to taking kids to school, he should be providing the basics, taking kids to school. If it comes to the family protection, the shelter and every other thing, he is supposed to be doing that. But that's not the situation with the modern 21st century man, the majority. So you'll find that this is a person that, even when it comes to issues of paying rent, they're putting up with a family, but it's the lady who does the footing of the bills. You've had situations where these days they go out, somebody has been invited, let's go and do they like chips. They've gone to the fast foods. And the 21st century man, my brother, is not willing to pay the bill, and he's already eaten. It's a mess.
But I think
Andrew,
my brother is giving the 21st century man so many things, and I saw in other segments we'd already talked this much. Let me just get you to my point. I've heard, and I don't know, our ears are on the ground. You know, the 21st century man hears what is being said on the ground.
Okay.
But I've heard ladies are complaining about the 21st century man. Their wives are complaining about themselves. You're alluding to what he's eating. But here is a house which there's a problem. There's a lady complaining and saying the husband is good for nothing.
Oh, yes.
Tell
I
me.
get you. And you know that's very sensitive. The expectation is that there should be an element of satisfaction when it comes to the man-woman relationship, so that the man is expected to be a performer, you know. And here is a case where you've heard of instances where it's the public domain, where people come and say, this guy is not doing anything. When it's time for him I present everything, I do the nice supper, and everything is ready, and then he walks in and walks out immediately. He's walked in.
What are you saying? You're saying when such things are set before you.
Yes.
You know when you go to the Holy Communion table, you're a pastor. When you go to the Holy Communion table, you say, it has been presented before you.
Yes.
Thou mayest prayerfully partake. And you're saying that this person is supposed to partake.
Yes.
But he just started and ended before he partook.
I tell you, my God.
the table has been set before you in the presence of your enemies.
But there's nothing you did.
You did nothing. Your enemies will take over and eat that food.
Wow, you're making it profound. Say that again and make it clear for us.
There's a table set before you in the presence of your enemies. If you don't eat of it, your enemies will come and eat that food on your behalf.
Actually, what the pastor is trying to say is that if, like, all the signals have been given your direction, that something is coming up, and you can see, you can read this, the signs of the times are always there. The
21st century man
should
is a man who knows how to read the signs
of the times. And then now, finally, the event has arrived. You're expected to deliver, you know? You're expected to deliver. But a situation where I'm picking from his statement that if you don't deliver on this mandate, then there could be chances that somebody else will be given an opportunity to deliver. And could that be the reason for which right now, if I may ask the pastor here, that even the churches that you monitor or you pastor, there are several situations or issues of infidelity?
That's it. That is number one contributing factor. To
Are
what
you
we
saying
talking.
that thing is going to be put on the man? Is that what you're saying? That the 21st century man could have gotten to a point in time where because of his inactivity, activities are taking place?
You know, let me loosely call it, I'll give it a name. We have the eater and the eaten.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Andrew, are you getting me?
I'm getting you. I'm getting you.
The eater and the eaten. In a dining table, there's the eater and what is supposed to be eaten.
Yes.
In this case, why must somebody get out from the table not satisfied when the food is already on the table?
Wow.
Well, the food that is also on the table, we are in agreement, is that it has nicely been prepared.
Yes.
Wow.
It has all the spices that are needed.
But I'm also asking the question, did you buy the spices? The 21st century man, did you make the provision for the nicely prepared food?
It was there. It is there.
No,
It is prepared.
Food is always there. But have you made provision for the food to be nicely packaged the way you want it?
If you never gave out, the person who prepared that meal went and bought those spices and prepared it for you because he knows your weakness. But because he knows your weakness, he wants to cover your weakness. So that when you come home, you come and eat and get satisfied. So that when the next time, you can find a way on how you can provide for the spices. The biggest problem, sometimes you can go to the table when you have a stomach ache.
Hey, but surely, the 21st century man goes to the table when he has a stomach ache.
Which means you will not eat.
But I'm wondering, what is he eating?
He's eating somewhere.
And the food which he ate somewhere is bad. It has brought stomach ache, so he cannot partake of this.
Okay. Bring me on set. I'm seeking to understand you better.
Okay, what we are trying to say, Andrew, with all humility, is that it has become an issue in the public domain that the 21st century man, majority, have a problem with performance when they have that opportunity to perform. You getting me?
Performance contract reads pathetic.
If the appraisal was to be done,
if appraisal is being done on performance,
then the HR would say, poor performance.
Who is the HR? Your wife is the HR.
Put on performance improvement plan.
Performance improvement plan.
Yes.
By HR, your wife.
Yes.
As look at the way you are performing.
Yes.
And has concluded that this performance needs improvement.
And you know from...
I've been able
to engage with a number of young people.
Yes.
Especially the married class. Even the newly, I normally call them the below 0 to 10.
Yes.
Yeah? And you realize that it has become a modern challenge which really need to be addressed. Part of it could be that there is an element of lack of preparedness. Yeah? We don't give our all to the family setting. So we have so many other things that are going on behind the scene at the back that we are not sharing with the family, with our spouses. But again, even our lifestyle alone could be a contributing factor to this. Because
you're saying performance contract can be affected by lifestyle.
That is it.
Make it clear.
What are you eating, Andrew? Wow. What's the 21st century? What's the diet of the 21st century man?
Are you saying that when I am going for what they call in our parlance mjengo work?
Yes.
The things I am eating when I am going to do construction work?
Yes.
You're saying that performance contract entails that you have it's a high intensity contract?
That is it.
Okay.
That is it. So what you need to be prepared even on the kind of food that you do. And remember, this is not something that you'll be doing towards the tail end just before you engage. It should be a preparatory phase. So that even morning, the kind of breakfast that you do as you start your day. Do you know a number of guys right now just walk out of their houses? They have not done anything. They have not taken breakfast. Lunch comes and they have in the fast foods. They're doing chips with the toothpick.
Toothpick chips.
And the carbonated sodas. They're doing Coca-Cola. Then by evening, he is arriving home. He wants to do some ugali and eggs. Nil by mouth, my brother.
How much energy does he have?
He has nothing.
How much energy does he have by evening?
Let me give you an example.
Tell
How can you
us.
control such kind of a person?
Yes.
Assume a lorry is coming from a steep road.
Yes.
It is moving down.
Yes.
There's a possibility that there's an accident which is going to be caused down when the steep ends.
Yes.
How can you control this vehicle for you not to cause an accident?
Wow.
It is steep.
Yes.
The lorry is moving. Number one, you should have known the signs by the roadside
By starting to
when
slow
you're
down.
coming.
When to slow down.
And when to ignite or rather put the gears 1, 2,
Yes.
3,
Yes.
so that when you start moving down, you understand how to control it. But if you don't control it, brother, there's an accident.
So you're saying the accident comes too fast?
And it's fatal. It's a fatal one.
You're good for nothing.
You're good for nothing. Hey.
And in fact, there's something you've said about diet that I think the 21st century man needs to get here. That when we are talking about your diet is summed by even the activities that you are to perform.
That is it.
Whatever is expected of you is also seen in the diet. When you get into the house in the evening, this 21st century man, married man, gets into the house in the evening, and you see your wife has prepared food that looks like it is serious. Are you saying that food may be prophetic?
You're right, my brother. That's a prophecy in itself, and you really need to study now
The signs of the
signs
time.
of the time.
This food is not for...
This is just not for the kids.
Wow.
This is an adult affair.
Could it be the reason as to why you are normally served by your wife?
Oh, that is it.
That's why your wife serves you what to eat. And when your wife puts a lot of food, she knows what she's preparing you for.
And what she's expecting.
Oh,
Hey. And
Wow.
it should be translating now to the...
Andrew, are you a professional on this?
no. As I told you, I'm an engineer by profession.
The quantity,
and you see,
the quantity matters.
Yes.
I'm telling you, in engineering, we normally talk of this issue of input and output.
That
There's a
is it.
process
That
here.
is it. Yes.
The input that you have here. So the food that my brother is saying has been prepared here is indicative of the level of energy.
And let me tell you something,
Tell me.
Andrew. Because we are handling a 21st century man. Some of us, at least, we have experience of engaging with the people, the old folks.
Yes.
And they will tell you, if even you look at the diet of what those guys used to feed on, what they used to take as food, some nice githeri, some good porridge, some ugali, not the sifted
No.
maize.
I need to absorb what you're saying. Give me some time. Give me
Yes.
some time.
Yes.
Give me some time. Let's take a break. Diet. The food that is presented before you. Wow. This is going to be serious. Let's take a break. We'll come back shortly.
21st century man from his perspective. Hadithi inasimuliwa ya mtu ambaye aliwatesa Wakristo kwa motisha ya hali ya juu na baadaye akawa Mkristo kikweli. Mungu aliongoza mtu huyu kushiriki na kuandika kile ambacho wokovu unamaanisha hasa. Mfano, jinsi ya kukabiliana na shida, maadili ya Mkristo, kanisa la kweli, msamaha, tumaini kwa ulimwengu, kati ya mafundisho mengine kemkem. Huenda ukawa na maswali kuhusu mada mbalimbali anazoeleza katika Biblia. Tazama msimu huu mpya kabisa wa Jibu kwa Mashaka na ujifunze zaidi kutoka kwa Mtume Paulo, upate ufahamu. "21st century man from his perspective."
Welcome back, dear viewer, to the show, The 21st Century Man. And today, we were talking briefly, before we went for the break, we were talking about diet. And we said, let the 21st century man eat well. And you know, what you package into your body will reflect in the output that you give. And as you eat well, we are looking at everything in totality that the 21st century man should be able to do.
So,
my brother, there's something you wanted to say.
Before he adds that,
Yes.
I want to put this analogy in terms of a question.
Yes.
Between that your good vehicle and yourself, who drives the other?
I drive
Who
the good
directs the vehicle?
I drive the good vehicle.
You drive the good vehicle.
Yes.
Likewise to man. He's the one in charge. Let him
Wow.
drive the vehicle.
The pace setter.
Yes. Let him not cry that the vehicle is not functional.
Are you trying to say that when the vehicle is going slow, it's because you did not have an accident?
It is because the driver never decided, he decided not to
Accelerate.
Accelerate, know when to increase and when to reduce. Let your legs be on the pedals. One on the accelerator, the other one on the brakes. You know when to go and when not to go.
Wow.
So that you assist. The problem with that one, again, will bring, you know the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom
Yes.
of Israel.
Yes, yes.
And the problem which there was. When the southern king, or the king of the southern kingdom rises
Yes.
to conquer other kingdoms, there's problem. If there's no proper strategy, he will go finish the war, then come back. Yes, the moment it rises, it wants to kill, and the mind is set that I want to go kill people, it will go kill, then come back. But that one has a very big problem, because you don't know how much the enemy has retreated to go and reorganize itself.
Wow.
That's profound, biblical. There you are. I got him. Now, what you're saying. We have mentioned the issue to do with diet for the 21st century man.
Yes.
We need to have proper diet. But again, you realize that the challenge that we are having right now in some of these households are things that have come back to haunt us because of the things that we did in our youth. There's this issue to do with masturbation.
Okay.
I don't know whether it is in theory or is in science that we are taught that masturbation is a good thing.
No.
Yeah? Did I read? Was it my teacher?
I hear what you're saying, but I read some medical journal that says that this aspect of masturbation is not a good thing.
Yes.
Because it's even worse. It can make you go mad. It deranges even your mental capability.
That is it. But
allow me to assist you in masturbation before you proceed. Let me give you a very practical perspective. Have you ever seen a man who walks around and when he reaches a certain point, he will always pee?
After every 2 minutes?
No, not after every 2 minutes. Assume you are passing by, there's a certain road you always follow.
Yes.
But there's a certain point, the moment you reach that place, even if you're not pressed, the moment you reach that place, you are pressed. You feel like peeing. It is continuous. Why? There's something which has been registered in the brain. So any point you come to that place, the brain opens.
In biology, we used to call it Pavlov's dog theory, where the bell is rung and you feel hungry.
That's it. Next, masturbation. Masturbation will never take more than 1 minute because it is a quick satisfaction.
Wow.
You want to satisfy your sexual urge.
quick, selfish, and
Yes.
add the word selfish.
Selfish.
Quick, selfish satisfaction. Now there's a problem. When it does not take 1 minute, it takes 30 seconds. The mind registers that any given point in time that a man wants to involve himself into sexual intercourse, it lasts for 30 seconds.
That is it.
I want you to get me. Wow. So that is what is in the mind. Because it is always provoked. And that movement in and out. And that is what is all about sexual intercourse. So when the man will not be in masturbation, he will get the wife. Now they want to start that act. The brain was already opened up to register that this act is supposed to take 30 seconds. So the moment he gets in, the next thing he'll be getting out. Because the body is wired like that.
That is it. So we
my brother is almost saying that if you are only fond of taking penalties, you think a full match is a penalty.
That is it.
You get there and you're given the ball. Instead of knowing that this is 90 minutes match, you are taking penalties.
Yes.
That is it. So what we are trying to say is that for the 21st century man, starting from the youth, they should really desist from masturbation. And you know, that's now, actually, even masturbation, you see, there are those predisposing factors. We talk of, what are you watching?
Pornography.
Pornography. What are you watching? Yeah? Because the young man is there in the house, he has all the gadgets, nobody is he's alone, the parents have gone out to work, and he has the screen. So he's watching all these things, and maybe the parents are even strict. So he's only left with one opportunity.
But tell me, how can this young man avoid masturbation, avoid pornography, avoid all these things? He has the energy.
Let him redirect the energy.
Where?
He should go out and do physical activity.
Before he even goes out to do physical activity, let us call a spade a spade. The moment you see something like that on the screen, number one, it is acted. That is an act, which means it was premeditated.
Yes.
People were prepared. The stimulants which some people were given, so that they may reach what that person is intending to reach. And the moment you get it, it corrupts the mind. So when you also continue watching it, you want to measure up to what you saw.
So
the next thing is for you also to look for the stimulants. You get it? So that you may reach the expected point.
Yes.
The moment you add those stimulants in your body, there are things again you are killing within yourself. It reaches a point when the stimulants, their effect also reduces. Then you're going to be left like a brain which is already numbed. It cannot stand unless it is again stimulated.
Are you saying that a young man can damage his youth?
Yes.
A young man can damage his future if he gets into these things.
Yes.
When the opposite is much better, a young man can develop himself. There are things that you can do.
Yeah.
Join a football club.
Yes.
I can tell you I'm a very good striker, but because of my age, I may not be able to score as many goals as I was scoring several years ago.
Okay.
Because at that time, I had the stamina.
You have the energy.
I had the energy and so many things. Right now, I may not have the same.
Yeah.
And when you look, I normally say, when you look at even sports, there are sports that entail energy. Look at sprinters. A lot of energy, sprint. Football, there's a given age you get to. And you'll see most footballers don't even go beyond 35. Very few.
Yes.
So it means in this age between 20 and 30, when you're saying you're very energetic, why can't you invest it in some sport? Why can't you be able to go and be useful? Right now, too many people are lazy sitting on the couches when you can be able to go and till some land.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're saying the energy that the 21st century young man has, he can put it in the right place and not prostitute that energy, wasting it.
Yeah.
So as we get into that, I don't know whether to take you back or to take you forward. Our ladies are crying that they are not satisfied. That satisfaction is there at home. How can we assist it? Men need to do that. Some ladies will tell you that in their life, since they were married up to this point, they don't know anything called orgasm. They don't know. It is something which is a gone case. The man comes in, out. It is done. So the lady is left at a certain point. They're just standing. They're hanging. They're just trying to imagine things. There's a reason as to why. Let's be very practical, Andrew, today.
Yes.
Man is wired in such a way that every sexual intercourse that he has, he must control himself for the sake of the other individual. Because the reason is to this. They will tend to reach orgasm faster than the other person. The point at which you feel you really want to reach it and this person has not reached, withdraw yourself. Calm. Just be calm. Relax. Do any other thing.
Allow me to say something, because now you're making it a bit heated in the show today. You know, I hear my brother and I say, let me read Proverbs. Let me read Proverbs chapter 5. Reading from verses 15, it sings,
Spiritual
drink water out of thine own cistern and running waters out of thine own well. Drink water out of your cistern. And you see, when you drink water out of your cistern, it means that is, and your own cistern, your own. And that's why when we talk matters sexuality, we must be able to get to a point of saying there's the right time for everything and the right place and with the right person.
Yeah, true.
And you see, when we say drink water out of your own cistern, if you know that this is the well from where you're supposed to drink, will you maintain the well?
You should.
You should.
should maintain the well.
Yes.
And the other phrase that I like saying, and you've heard it in the show over and over, and I'll continue using it, is those who are elders. During Holy Communion, what do the elders say? Or what does the priest say?
Have all received.
Have all received. Let's confirm have all received. Now that they've received.
We can also partake. Get yours.
What kind of a man are you who does not confirm and ask the wife, have all received?
Yes.
And once she gives the green light, all have received.
Now let us, all of us, let us take.
That is the strength of a man. Let me share you. Real man.
I get you. I get you. That's very true. And this boils down to, like, for men, you know, how much time do you take even as you prepare your wife for this?
Yes.
Like we said, when you have just come home and you have seen Madame has done some sumptuous meal before you, what are you doing in between here?
What did she take to prepare the sumptuous meal?
Yes, there's some element, and psychologically, for her, she's prepared, you know. And maybe for you, you're not. What are you doing? What should a man do to also ensure that?
Tell me what I can do from morning to evening.
Wait, what can
Tell
you
me
do?
what I can do.
First of all, you have said that the first thing you should also be psychologically prepared. What article have you read in the course of the day? How many text messages have you sent back home? You're at work, yes, struggling with so many things. But you're also sending some signals that here I am, the son from Karachuonyo, I'll be home. You see that kind of stuff.
Wow.
So then maybe if I may use the word that is there in the public, the foreplay. How long does a foreplay take? So the modern man comes home, has done supper, has walked in,
Wow.
Nothing much, he's ready. Well, the part is not ready yet. and before he realizes it, he's snoring, you know.
Let me tell you.
Before you tell us,
I don't know which
before
vehicle you
tell
drive.
us, I want to tell you, I want to add something here so that you help us.
Yes.
The biggest casualties are the men who work away from home.
Wow.
The biggest casualties.
Wow.
And
You
know,
work away from home.
and you know he's working away from home.
Yes. you have a day.
Yes.
Just a day.
Just a day.
In 7 days.
In 7 days.
Just a day.
Yes.
You understand it. What do you do? If you joke with that day, that table which is spread before you in the presence of your enemy, the enemy will partake of that meal.
But my brother says that, and listen to him. We have to quote my brother always, and from tomorrow start quoting him. He says that, listen, 6 days you shall labor and
But
prepare.
on the 7th day,
So he's saying,
thou shalt.
if you only have 1 day,
Yes.
use the 6 days for preparing.
Yes.
In fact, they say that when you have a tree to fell down, and you want to bring this tree down, spend more time sharpening the axe. No, I have to read for you the text. Because you're going to say, oh, but preacher, where is? Listen to this. Verses 10 of Ecclesiastes 10 says, if the iron is blunt and he do not whet the edge, then he must put more strength. But wisdom is profitable to direct. Wisdom says that spend more time sharpening the axe. You use less energy to bring down the big tree.
That's true.
You have been away, my brother.
Yes.
You have a big tree ahead of you. You have a tree that has been nurtured for how many days?
6
6
days.
days.
6 days.
Yeah.
So it means the 6 days, use the 6 days to prepare.
Experience is the best teacher.
And then by the something that's very important in this preparation.
Yes.
There's a gap in communication in the family sector.
Are you saying communication is important when we are dealing with this?
Seriously important?
You mean you just can't read it on my face?
No, you need to. There should be signals.
Are you saying,
Verbal cues should be there.
are you
Yeah.
saying that
verbal.
communication is about feedback as well?
Yeah, sure. Like in the era of the phone technology and every other thing.
Yes.
Do you know there are people that couples that are just seated in the living room, and they're not talking to each other. One is in the US with the relatives, and they're in the same living room, and the other guy is in Karachuonyo. So at the end of the day, they end up finding themselves in the same neighborhood.
Yes.
And then this thing comes up. It won't work, my brother.
Hey, excuse. Say it again before we take a break, because I want to synthesize this during the break.
Yes, the issue is,
You're saying that if we are seated here
if you are seated
and
here,
we did not talk,
yes,
then after that,
yes,
circumstances which are better have found me in a worthy neighborhood.
Yes, yes.
A well-built neighborhood.
Yes.
But now, how do you expect to survive in the neighborhood if you are not communicating?
That is it. It would, and the other parties, my sisters know this very well. Those are people they're hearing guys.
Okay. I'm taking a break. I'm taking a break because my sisters know this very well.
Yes.
I may need a break to just know. My sisters know this very well. We are going to pick it from there. Let's take a short break. We'll be back shortly.
21st century man from his perspective.
Hello children, I have great news for you. A brand new season of Bible Treasure Quest is coming soon. Do you know why you believe what you believe? There are things about our faith that are important for us to understand as children. Watch this brand new season and learn more through quizzes, games, stories, and songs. Don't miss out!
21st century man from his perspective.
Thank you very much. We are back. And as we go on the home stretch, we are talking about the 21st century man from his perspective. And the topic today, you don't want to miss any segment. You don't want to miss any point. Let's save on time. Let's talk about it. Before we went for the break, we were talking about the 21st century man. And I just want us to unpackage the 21st century man. He has challenges. And these challenges, can he be able to accept correction? You know, if there is one place which people find very sensitive, is you've had people say hitting below the belt.
Oh, yeah.
When you hit a man below the belt, how do we handle it?
Before we hit him below the belt, don't hit him hard.
Oh.
You find a pastor who has come from church with his nice suit. Then he just goes to the couch and there he is, he's sleeping. He removes this suit at 10 in the night. Which signal is he sending to the wife? I am not ready for anything.
That is it.
Thou shalt not touch.
The anointed of the Lord.
Yes.
That's communication enough.
That communication is very powerful.
Hey, is he implying that a pastor can come home and the pastor can... you know, in football, I've never seen people play football in suits.
You can't.
And in football, you have to have these your nice shorts and your...
Some nice T-shirt, you know.
Yes.
This designer T-shirt. So there's that communication that is non-verbal, that should prepare somebody that there's something that's coming ahead of us. Like we said at the beginning, that the ladies can do some very nice food for the man to read that there's something that's coming. So we really need to be communicating. And this thing starts even in the morning. Somebody, an article, which I'm not going to quote the author, says, when you wake up in the morning, maybe you didn't do anything, yes, but you wake up in the morning and you give somebody a pat, you know, on those other areas. That's a signal enough that maybe as the sun will be setting, there could be some game going on, you know.
Or you're saying you need to confirm that everything is fine.
Yeah. And even in the day, that's what I was saying, even in the course of the day, just keep throwing some text messages.
I'm also just struggling to talk to my fellow pastors.
Yes.
Wow.
Let us stop being too religious.
Yes.
On things which are godly.
You're supposed to be spiritual, but not religious.
That is it. I know, like
It is good you found me.
like you've gone. Some of us who do Revelation chapter 13.
Yes.
You can't bring Revelation 13 in this agenda.
Oh.
It's not applicable here.
No. You're saying be relevant to the moment.
Be very relevant. Be very relevant.
Very.
No.
Let us
you are saying that Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verses 1 was not misplaced.
No.
When it said there is
There's
time
time
and season for
everything
everything under the sun.
When you are from church,
Yes.
with a very powerful message which is so moving, you get it.
Let the message be felt.
Let the message also be felt at home.
Oh, nice.
Let them also feel it. Because when you come home, that lady has appreciated you when you're on the pulpit.
Yes.
She needs you home.
She needs to appreciate
Remove
you.
now the suit of the pulpit. Remain with the suit of home.
Oh, no. I have to make this clear because, we are talking of the high priest.
Yes.
The high priest. And you see, Jesus goes to heaven. And when Jesus is in heaven, he puts on the priestly garment.
Yes.
And is doing the judgment.
The mediatorial work.
Mediatorial work.
Yes.
But listen, when he is coming for the bride, he puts off the high priestly garment and puts on the regal robes of King of Kings.
And the Lord
You
of
must
Lords.
be dressed for the occasion.
Please relax. Relax.
I'm relaxed.
Please just relax. Yeah. There's no water around. No, you want to baptize somebody. There's no water around.
Now let me just pick this, that
Yes.
we have seen that man should be on top of this agenda.
Yes.
But how comes right now the modern man has left the natural use of a woman and has gone to the man? Could it be that the man has failed or the women are failing the men? What's your take? Because there's the homosexuality, there's gayism, and because I know we all understand and we hold onto the scriptures, this thing has crept into the church. What do you do?
Now, let me tell you something. I've said it on this show. I'm not afraid of repeating it on this show.
Yes.
That the 21st century man is not a man who gives excuses.
Yes.
The 21st century man is a man who takes on issues direct.
Yes.
We are not going to blame women over here that there are
Perfect.
no women.
Perfect.
We are not going to say that there were no women. You see, we are talking of cases like bestiality.
Yes.
You are finding men who are pedophiles. They're sleeping with young boys.
Yes.
They're sleeping with young girls. And we even have uncles who are raping their nephews.
Yes.
They're-
Sodomy.
There are so many things that are happening. And the man is going to give an excuse and blame it on somebody else. Do you know the sin problem began when you started blaming?
Yes.
The moment the woman, and let me tell you, I am saying it confidently on the screen, that the 21st century man is not going to blame women on issues affecting men.
Like-
we are going to take the bull by its horns.
So if we find a man, if there's a man who is listening to me today, there is no excuse for a man to marry a man. I've seen even some churches have given a leeway. And it is in the public domain where the men of the cloth walk into a church and they put their hands on the head of a man and say, let that which the Lord has put together, nobody put a what?
Asunder.
It is wrong. It is very wrong. It's giving men a very negative picture. The other day I saw in Scotland, 2 men. They came and said, save the date. 2 men. Now what is man doing?
No, I have to read the text, because when it comes to sensitive issues like this one,
Yes.
I prefer to say, I belong to the school of thought that ascribes to what does the Bible say.
That is it.
And what
take
does the
us.
Bible say? Let's just ask the Bible. What does the Bible say? It says this.
Are you in
I'm
Romans?
in Romans chapter 1.
Yes.
And in Romans chapter 1, listen to what it says in verses 24. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanliness
Yes.
through the lust of their own hearts,
Yes.
to dishonor their bodies between themselves. Why? Who changed the truth of God into a lie.
Yes.
And worshipped and served the creature
More than
the creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause. Why? Because they did not worship God.
Yes.
For this cause, God gave them up to vile affections. God gave them up. It's not me saying, it's the Bible.
And let me tell you.
listen to what the Bible says.
Yeah.
For even their women did change the natural
Natural
use into that which is
not
against nature.
Yeah, sure.
And likewise, the men also, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one towards another. Men with men working that which is unseemly, receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which is meet. But I need to finish the text before you get in. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge,
God left them.
God gave them to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. God gave them over. And you see, that is why when we are talking of the 21st century man and his sexuality,
Yes.
we are saying that do the right thing.
That is it. So then the one that if you find somebody that is already burning with the lust towards another man and is a 21st, that should not be in the bracket of a 21st century man. That should be a 21st century woman.
This is the only point I can call Moses
Yes.
to come back and give us some kind of instruction. A man and a man should not be found together.
Leviticus.
A lady and a lady.
Should
That
be.
is where I'm headed to.
Yes.
In the book of Leviticus.
Yes.
A lady and a lady. Because look at God. You know, I also subscribe to that school of thought, whereby what we pick is from the Bible. And the Bible alone.
Yes.
God designs ways on how he creates humanity. When he creates man, there's a specific function with the body parts the way they're supposed
That
to.
the Lord created. Amen. I agree.
He comes forth and creates a woman with the body parts on how they're supposed to function. Why do we want to change the roles and give what the lady has? You purportedly or imagine, you try to imagine that a fellow man is having the same thing.
Okay.
That's the work of Satan. Now bringing Satan into the picture.
It's getting heated,
Yes.
and I may have to control the temperatures by asking you a directed question.
Proceed.
Does God love the sinner?
So much.
There is the sinner and
And
there is the sin.
Yes.
What does God hate?
God hates sin,
But
loves the sinner.
what does
If-
the child of God hate?
The child of God hates sin,
But loves.
the sinner.
And where we are getting to is, because there's a
But what
21st
about
century
man?
man.
What about man?
There's a 21st century man who is listening to me right now.
Yes.
And he's trying to say that, tell me, what are you going to say if I find myself that I have vile affections? What are you going to tell me if I find myself that I am a rapist? What are you going to tell me if I find myself I am into bestiality? I am into incest. I just love my cousin. What are you going to tell me? Is there hope for me? Are you saying on this show that you hate those who are here, or what are you saying?
We hate nobody. We hate nobody. In this context, we hate nobody.
Oh.
We are just trying to guide.
Amplify the sound.
Yes, I'm saying.
Yes.
We hate none. So far, we hate nobody. God does not hate anybody. God just hates the action. And in this context, we are really pleading with those who are already living contrary. This is a living contrary to God's expectation. The pastors put it very straight. God created man to perform some roles, the same to woman. And that's why the Bible even says that God gave man the woman. If God in his wisdom knew that you'd need a man, Pastor Solomon, God would have given you another man.
But read with me the text in Genesis chapter 5.
As we open that, I'm also going to come.
No, Genesis chapter 4.
Yes. Read it.
And Adam knew his wife, and she conceived, and the bear came, and said, I've gotten a man from the Lord.
Oh, yes.
Adam knew.
His wife, Eve, he knew.
What are you trying to say about this? That the man who is in the image and likeness of God should know his wife.
And Eve. Not a man. Not a
What are
fellow
you
man.
trying to say? That here you're not going to, when you're dealing with aspects, and I like the part of new. Sorry for taking you back. There's something that you went too fast for me earlier on, and I didn't like the way you went too fast.
Okay.
New communication.
Yes.
What is the importance of feedback? Can a man be corrected when he's not doing right?
He can.
Did you just say he should
So
be corrected?
can you proceed and
Yes.
correct the man, the 21st century man? You need to
Yes,
correct the man.
The 21st century
because the man is
man
erring, yes.
can be corrected.
Can the 21st
Only-
century man be told by his wife that today you've come short of
The
glory?
expectation.
Only and only if we have open minds.
An open communication?
Yes. If that one is closed, the superiority complex will get in and you'll close your ears from the words of that woman.
So you're trying to say that the man who is the 21st century man, who is a married man, because when you're talking matter sexuality, here I don't want us to put gray areas. We are anchored on the Bible.
The scriptures, yeah.
We are saying fornication is wrong. And you know, since we are saying we are going to heaven, I know the book of 1 Corinthians has already put it very
Chapter
well.
5,
Know ye not that fornicators will not go to heaven, drunkards will not go to heaven. So it is not me who is admitting them. The Bible has said that. But we are saying that this is very serious. And Paul would then say that even when you are sleeping with a harlot, do you know that that is a sin that you're committing against your own body?
Which is the temple of God.
which is the temple of God.
Yeah.
And so when we talk about this, and we are bringing in the aspect of communication, and I don't know whether you alluded to it or we were just having some light moment and you're talking. My brother was talking somewhere and saying that, you know, when you find that Brother Ken has a wonderful compound and the grass is green and well manicured, just know that there was effort in making it well manicured.
Simple terms, the water bill is high.
The water bill is high.
That's true.
So if you have an appetite for well manicured grass,
Go and water your
go and
place.
water your
That is the bottom
go
line.
and water your compound.
There's hope for anybody who has gone very far away. You'll assist me and get for me these texts. The first son of Jacob, what was his name?
Reuben,
Reuben. What did Reuben do
mandrakes, it's tough.
with the wife of the father?
Went and slept with the handmaid.
Exactly. At some point now, when they're being referred to, as much as Judah gets in, you realize that for Reuben, don't kill him. Leave him.
There's hope for you.
There's hope.
Are you saying that even when the 21st century man finds himself boxed in somewhere, at family level, this is a man who is not, his performance contract is reading pathetic. There's hope for you?
There's
That
hope.
is it.
Are
Absolutely.
you saying that the 21st century young man who's gone astray and has been sleeping everywhere with women and all that and wasting his energy
There
in the
is
wrong
a hope.
things,
There's
is there hope
There
for
is
you?
hope.
Come unto me.
All you are weary.
Come
Maybe
unto
not-
me is the question. Is the call. Come unto me.
Oh, come, let's reason together.
Yeah. Though your sins be as red as scarlet.
I will wash them.
Oh yes.
You're saying that this 21st century man should not live hopeless, thinking that there is nothing for me. Let me just now spoil my life.
There is
no.
power, wonder-working power
In
the blood.
In the blood. Yeah. There's hope. And you know, the hope right now, it's good that we are talking about this when there's also something called the close of probation.
Yes.
This hope will not be there forever.
Wow.
And that's why we are appealing that today,
Now is the time.
if
There
you
are
hear
two
his
seats.
voice,
There are two seats.
Yes.
Yes.
These ones.
Yes.
Two.
Yes.
This time, this which we are talking about can only be found in the seat of grace.
that is it.
Wow.
But a time will come when he will sit on the seat of judgment. We will not get it.
Yeah.
Give me your parting shot. Give me your parting shot. This is serious. We even need to go and think about it. Give me your parting shot.
My cutting shot is based on
How does a 21st century young man handle his sexuality? Is there hope for you if things have gone south?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That the Lord designed a man. The Lord designed a man and gave him the potential to be the head of the household and to perform all those duties that are related to sexuality. God gave him that potential. But as Ecclesiastes puts it, 7:29,
Yes.
man has invented some issues which are not right.
Yes.
Yeah.
God created man upright.
Yeah.
But man has come up with
With
many
inventions,
inventions.
yeah, which are derailing him. Part of those issues involve what kind of things that the man is eating, what kind of stuff man is watching that is making him to become weaker, and is losing touch with what he's supposed to be doing, and therefore we just want to give man another opportunity that he has this time. We call it when God is still occupying, when Jesus is still occupying the seat of grace.
Tell me, when a man, and time is running short, but you've brought something here.
Yeah.
Is there hope for a man who realizes that his performance contract is not doing so well? And can you be able to sort some of these issues medically?
Perfect. We have doctors, urologists who can sort out this thing. And part of it, most of this thing is in the mind. Poor performance is majorly attributed by what we have in our mind.
Yes.
And though at one point, let me just bring this, we said that we don't want to blame our sisters in this, but there are some statements that can make, if a man has realized that he's not doing so well on this, and he could be in a position, he's willing to be remedied.
Yes.
Let him have a support system also back at home. So that
We need a support
we need that
system.
support system. So that in the discussions,
Don't beat a man who is on the ground.
I'm telling you're making things worse.
Wow. Help him to get up.
Tell him,
Give me your parting shot. Time is running down.
this guy.
my brother, you're on the ground.
I'm there.
I don't want you to be busy.
I've wandered far away from home.
Oh, come on.
Now I'm coming home.
Amen, amen.
There's
amen.
hope.
Yes, there's hope.
This hope.
Amen.
You've had it. And for the constraint of time, I like when Paul says in the book of Hebrews that time will not allow me to tell. And he counts the heroes of the faith. But I am telling you something. Time will not allow me to unpackage all these things. And even as I seek to unpackage all these things, I would like to say that when you look at it as a young man, there are challenges that you face, but there is hope for you. Amen. And this hope, as we've said, there is hope in the man
Of Calvary.
who is touched with the feelings of our infirmities.
Amen.
If this is your shortfall, there is hope for you. And the ladies who are listening to these, wives out there, I'm encouraging you, give hope to your husband. Talk well of your husband. Some of these challenges are psychological. The more you nag, the more you complain, you will always find that the worker is performing poorly and poorly. HR management, please encourage your workers. There is a reward system. Let us use it well. May the Lord bless you all. Another show. We are still having other episodes coming. Seeing to meet you. Let's get your feedback. Goodbye.